How's it going? Welcome to update number 4 on the Stories and Sips Whiskey Club. Hope you're having a good week. I wanted to share with you what's going on in our whiskey club. We are into our 4th week, almost a month now as a club, and a lot has happened in that last month, and a lot more to happen too. We have lots of events and upcoming things I want to share with you. Every week I share a quick update on a little video like this, just to let you know what you need to keep an eye out for as a club member, what you might be interested in if you're not yet a member, how the club is going, the challenges, the successes. This is a chance for me just to share with you behind the scenes of the club and help you keep your eyes on the things you want to keep an eye on as well. So we'll start with the big news this week, which is our tasting kits are available for our first club tasting, which happens on November 29th. That's really exciting because it's the first time that these 3 whiskies have ever been available in a tasting flight in America to be able to be shipped out for club tasting like this. So the 3 whiskies that we have are J.J. Corry's The Gale, Dingle's Single Malt Batch 4, and Sleeve League Distillers Legendary Dark Silky. Those 3 whiskies are now packaged up together in a tasting flight, in a tasting kit that are that kit is available to you as a club member. All you have to do to get hold of that kit so that you can sample along with us when we're joined by the whiskey makers and producers that night who are going to lead us through that tasting. All you have to do to get the kit is go to the Stories and Sips website. Under Whiskey Club, you'll see a section called Tasting Events. Click there and you'll see the upcoming event where you can get hold of one of these packs and have it shipped to you. We can ship to 41 states across America. Our whiskey partners have very kindly donated the whiskies to us so that we all get to drink them together. However, we still need to sadly charge for shipping in order to get them out to you because shipping is just so expensive in the United States. There's no way for us to avoid it. So that's the only cost you're going to pay is the cost of the box to put the whiskies in and the shipping to get them to you. So to ship anything around the United States with in terms of kind of a legal shipment of alcohol, it's going to cost approximately $22 to get that whiskey to you. So the total cost of the kit is $27. That includes the packaging to your door and get these 3 samples and to be able to join us on the night. There's really no way to avoid the cost, unfortunately, and it's just a cost we're passing straight across that FedEx charges us for alcohol shipping. Costs have been more expensive since COVID hit. There's additional costs that FedEx have levied, so we're at the mercy of those costs. Maybe in the future we'll be able to bring those costs down, we hope. So we'll keep you posted on those. If you don't want to purchase a kit and you just want to join the tasting, you're more than welcome to do that, and we'd love you to join us. You may have some of the whiskies, or you may not be interested in purchasing a kit to go with them. You're a club member. You can join every event we ever have. Just go to our website and register so that you can get the link. It's a private Zoom, and it'll be available for replay if you can't make the event. All of our events are recorded and archived, so you can come back anytime and watch them as many times as you like. So that is the update on the tasting kits for the US. For our members who are based in Europe, you can order your tasting kit as well by following the same instructions, going to the tasting events link on the website and clicking on the link for European orders. We've partnered with Tiny Tipple, a great company that offers samples of Irish whiskey to Europe, and you can purchase your tasting kit directly from Tiny Tipple via the link on our website. So thanks to Ivor O'Loughlin, founder of Tiny Tipple, for working with us on that. Last week, we asked the members of our Irish Whiskey Fans of America Facebook group if they had any interest in naming, perhaps proposing a name for our upcoming whiskey release, which is our 2 Stacks single grain 12-year-old whiskey that we will be releasing as soon as we possibly can. And there were 250 suggestions on names. Those were whittled down based on the number of likes that they got to eventually, we had 5 names that were then voted on, and I can officially reveal that the name that was selected by the club, I had no hand in this whatsoever, is The Crack. So the whiskey is going to be called The Crack, and that is taking the phrase having the crack to a whole new level, because we will now be having the crack when we have that whiskey. So the label designers are now going to be given that great news that they have to incorporate the words The Crack into the label for our whiskey as well. So kudos to our club members and our Facebook group members for naming the whiskey. If you're watching this and you're not a member of our Irish Whiskey Fans of America Facebook group, I'd love you to join. Obviously, it's free, it's on Facebook, and it's an amazing community of 9,000 people in there who talk about whiskey, who don't sell, don't spam, nobody's spamming anybody, and it's a great welcoming community, and great friendships have been made in there. I've made some amazing friends. And in fact, I've met most of the committee members of the Stories and Sips Whiskey Club through our Facebook group, some of whom I've never met in person, but it's a great place for the banter and for the crack. And that's where the crack came from. We are also announcing this week our second Meet the Maker event, which I'm really excited about. This is an event that's going to take place on November 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's going to be a few days before our tasting event, November 23rd, 7 p.m. Eastern. And this month, it is a double whammy. Last month, we had Brendan Carty from Killowen Distillery. This month, we have two amazing guests joining us for the Meet the Maker event. We have Alex Chasko, Master Distiller at the Teeling Whisky Company, former manager of the Cooley and the Kilbeggan distilleries, a native of the Pacific Northwest of the United States, has a lot of experience in brewing and distilling, and I'm really excited for him to share with us his approach to distilling and his wood management program and their philosophy behind how they're choosing the wood types, the barrel types that they use to age their whiskey, both sourced and new whiskey. Really excited to hear from Alex. We're also going to be joined by Global Ambassador from Teeling, Robert Caldwell. Robert's going to join Alex on our Meet the Maker event to help us understand more about the logistics of shipping whiskies around the world. How do whiskies that are distilled, that originate in Ireland, find their way to the shelves in the United States? What are the challenges? What are the distribution channels like? What are the logistics like? So this is a really great chance for us to hear two different aspects of the whiskey process, the making and also the distributing. So if you're a member, go to our website. Again, under the Whiskey Club link, you'll see a section called Meet the Maker. You'll see a registration page where you can put your details in. These are free events for club members, of course, and it's also going to be a private Zoom, so you can turn on your video, you can turn on your microphone. If you have any questions for Alex or Robert, you can ask them directly of them on the night, and we're going to have a good time learning about Teeling, a very successful whiskey company, an incredible business, as well as an incredible whiskey maker. So we're going to hear from Alex and Robert. So that's coming up on November 23rd. We continue at pace to add tasting notes to our club website. Those tasting notes are available to all. There's no subscription required to view the tasting notes. They're free and available. Mark McLaughlin's been doing Trojan work, busy every night sitting down with a glass of whiskey and composing his tasting notes. We have just added two more there today. The legendary Silky and the legendary Dark Silky have been added to the website. So check those out on storiesandslips.com. Club members can request tasting notes. The two Silkies were requested by one of our club members who wanted to know more about those whiskies. So we sat down with the whiskies, reviewed them, gave a verdict, and were able to publish them back on the website and share them with our club members. So if you're a club member and you want a tasting note on a whiskey, there's a link in there for you to request a particular whiskey. We have more articles coming in the next week or two onto the Stillhouse section of our website, which I'm really excited to share. Articles on the history of peat in Ireland, which is something that is very topical at the moment with the rise and the number of peated whiskies we have available in Ireland. So keep your eye on that. If you were one of our first 200 club members, all of your glasses that you got, the tasting copitas that came as a bonus for joining, shipped late last week. They are on their way to you. I'd expect by the time you're watching this video, they're either on your doorstep or should be a day away. Shipping's just taking a little bit longer at the moment, folks. There are shortages in staff with shipping companies, UPS and FedEx, and things are just taking a bit longer. The holiday squeeze has already started in the United States, but they are on their way to you. You might get those and the tasting kits around the same time. The tasting kits seem to be shipping a lot faster. I see shipping notifications have gone out to about 100 people already on the tasting kits. So keep your eye out on the doorstep for those items. And then finally, last item on my list today is we've updated the website navigation to help you find your way around the tasting, around the Whiskey Club. I know it can be difficult to find all of these things we're publishing and all of the links to upcoming events. So now when you go to storiesandslips.com, you'll see on the navigation it says Whiskey Club. And when you hover over that, there'll be a drop down with all the areas you'll need to enjoy the Whiskey Club in full. And I think that's it. That is the update on what's happening. I'm really thrilled at the response we've been getting so far. The club is growing. We're growing at a rate that has surprised us, honestly, and we're scrambling now to make sure that we can fulfill all of the kits and the whiskey needs and the cask needs going forward. But what a great problem for us to have, that so many people are interested in Irish whiskey, that they're coming together to join the club, to participate in these programs, these events, and maybe further their knowledge and their understanding of Irish whiskey. So that's a great thing, and I'm really excited that we're growing. And if you've got friends or family members who you think would benefit, by all means point them in the direction of our lovely little club as well. So I'm having a great time building the club out. No real challenges to speak of this week with regards to the club. Things are on track. We'll keep an eye on shipping with all of these items like the tasting kits, etc. But even if you're not joining our tasting event, make sure you register anyway. Or if you don't want the kits, make sure you register so that you can attend on the night. And yeah, that's it. I think that is everything from me. So be safe, be well, and if you're drinking whiskey, make sure it's Irish. And I will be back talking to you next week, which will be in our second month of existence of the Stories and Sips Whiskey Club. Sláinte.